WrestleMania 40 has come and gone, and while we did something in the last video talking about how a certain story needed to begin and be rebuilt by the name of Liv Morgan's rebuild tour, in this video we're going to talk about how this WrestleMania 40 concluded and wrapped up and finished stories at that event. One of those major stories, actually the major story that wrapped up at WrestleMania in Philadelphia, was the story of Cody Rhodes. You know, Cody Rhodes' story to obtain the WWE Championship that his dad had never really won, and, well, that he also had never won and wanted to obtain for him in his honor. That being said, he still had a couple obstacles to get in his to overcome on that night in Philadelphia, on that weekend in Philadelphia at Lincoln Financial Field, to overcome the past that he couldn't from last year in Los Angeles. So this time around, it was going to be a more difficult challenge for him. Not only was he facing Roman Reigns, but to get to Roman Reigns, he had to also overcome both him and The Rock. To give you a little bit of backstory on why that was, well, Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble again this past year, and however, The Rock, a member of the TKO board, which oversees the WWE now, he decided to overstep his authority and force a new main event for WrestleMania, which was himself and Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Championship. Now, while it was a dream match for many people during this run of Roman Reigns, it was the wrong timing for it. It was definitely the wrong time for it, especially considering that, well, Cody Rhodes had won the Royal Rumble again. So, you know, you get this fan outrage, and then the following week at a press conference, you have Cody Rhodes reasserting himself as, you know, I'm keeping my main event for WrestleMania. I'm going to stick with my choice for Roman Reigns. So you have the original main event with Rhodes and Reigns at WrestleMania, but then you get this all confusing storyline that ends up with being a tag team match with The Rock and Roman, and then now you have Seth Rollins involved with Cody Rhodes. So it becomes a tag team match for night one at WrestleMania. But it at least has some stakes involved with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. They win that tag team match. There's no bloodline interference at all for night two in that main event between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. But if The Rock and Roman were to win, there would be bloodline rules. That means the bloodline would be able to get involved in any way, shape, or form. No disqualifications, no countouts, anything goes. So we get to that weekend in Philadelphia, and then the match itself, it was okay. I mean, it dragged a little too long for my liking, but I mean, that's to be expected with these bloodline matches that we've seen throughout Roman Reigns' title run. And I gotta say, with The Rock, for his time away for the first match in over 8 years, I thought he did fine here. I thought he did fine. The match was obviously being carried by the other three, but for The Rock, what he did in his time in action, as well as, you know, him brawling with the likes with Seth and Cody, he was fine here. He was fine here. He wasn't getting. You could see that he was getting a little gassed, but I thought he did okay here. So Rock and Roman win this match. Rock caused Cody to once again fall victim to preventing himself from doing the trifecta of Crossroads because he whipped him with the belt, with the weight belt that he's been carrying, and Roman Reigns speared him, and then it becomes bloodline rules for night 2 of WrestleMania in that main event. So with the main event being bloodline rules, that means anything goes. The bloodline can get involved, and this match was fun. This main event was really fun. And as I said, as many have said, well, night 1 was Infinity War, night 2 was Endgame, and it surely was. The first half was them, you know, doing what they did back last year, except, you know, there was no disqualifications. They were using a few weapons on each other, brawling in the crowd, and they were stealing each other's finishers. But then once you get past the halfway point of the match, Jimmy Uso gets involved, and then Jay gets involved to even the score. They take each other out. But then when Cody Rhodes once again tries to go for that trifecta, you have Solo Sikoa hitting the Samoan spike again. And then every attempt after that, Cody Rhodes still managed to kick out. John Cena comes out and takes out Solo Sikoa for what he did at Crown Jewel to him. And then immediately after, The Rock comes out. He rocks bottoms John Cena. And then out of the blue, Seth Rollins, the Shield music hits. And then he immediately gets taken out by Roman Reigns with the Superman punch. And then The Rock is just like, haha, that's all you got? But then the lights go out. The Undertaker suddenly appears. Like, I'm wondering, wait, what's his involvement? And then he chokeslams The Rock, and then that's the last you see of The Rock in that match. It was a little surprising that he didn't really factor much in the finish of this main event. Nonetheless, Roman Reigns gets up first before Cody. He grabs the chair that's left in the ring, and he notices that Seth is still there. And he's deciding, oh, should I hit Cody? Should I hit Seth? But then his past comes back to haunt him. He's still pissed off at his past with the Shield, with Seth's betrayal on Roman and Dean Ambrose, known as Jon Moxley now. And then he decides, you know what? I'm going to get one last shot on Seth. Like, one last fuck you to the for your betrayal. But that ended up costing him, because Cody Rhodes went on to hit one Crossroads. He went on to hit two Crossroads. And then he went on to hit 3 Crossroads. And then 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes is your new WWE Undisputed Champion. And the reign of Roman Reigns at 1,316 days is over. It is over, ladies and gentlemen. And it's really bittersweet. Like, congratulations to Cody, because he earned it. He deserved it. And as much as people have mixed feelings on him, and I'm in the neutral party. He seems like a good guy, but his character, it's okay. But at the same time, it's like, let's see how he does going forward. But for Roman Reigns, it's just, man, the work that he's done in the last almost 4 years now, it's been insane. It has been insane when it started back in the pandemic, and I just can't believe that it's over. I just cannot believe that a reign that has lasted over 1,300 days. And yes, I know the quality of that reign, especially since SummerSlam of last year, it's significantly dipped. Actually, since WrestleMania last year, it's dipped. But I will say this, all of you out there, that crap on Roman Reigns and his title reign, you should be thanking him, because, let's see what happens with this reign, and who knows what will go. You'll start thinking, maybe you'll start to come to appreciate how much you'll miss Roman Reigns and that title run. And I'm not saying, give the title right back to Roman Reigns, but it's just like, come to appreciate what you've lost. But anyway, thank you to Roman Reigns. I've really gone to appreciate so much out of his title reign, especially with the early days of his run, the bloodline and Sami Zayn stuff in 2022. It's just crazy insane. It's crazy insane how much he grew during the pandemic, how much he improved with his promo, his mic skills, his character, and whatnot. Now, of course, the interesting thing, meanwhile, on the other side with Cody Rhodes is what's next for him. What's next for Cody? What's next for the WWE? What's next for Triple H? How do you continue to evolve Cody Rhodes? You should evolve Cody Rhodes' character going forward, because the finish the story stuff is over with now. Now you got to continue the story with what's next. What's the next chapter in Cody Rhodes' story as a defending WWE champion? What rivalries, what feuds are going to fuel into him? What's what character elements are you gonna add to Cody Rhodes as a WWE champion? Because throughout his reign, I gotta be honest, there wasn't really a lot of layers to Cody Rhodes other than his trying to honor his dad's legacy. So now we got to figure out who Cody Rhodes will be as a WWE champion and a face of the franchise for WWE. That being said, it should be an interesting time for WWE. Let's see how Cody Rhodes does with the WWE Championship now carrying the company on his back, and let's see how Roman Reigns does without the WWE Championship. I'm really interested to see what non-title feuds he's going to be having going forward, especially the aftermath of this loss with the Bloodline and The Rock. Should be interesting to see all this post-WrestleMania stuff with Cody and Roman. Let me know your thoughts on the end of WrestleMania weekend for Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, as well as The Rock, in the comments below. And acknowledge your tribal chief and his 1,360-day reign. And it'll surely be missed. But anyway, that is it for Very Cold Lasagna. I'm your host, Dylan Lasagna, with another quick take video. Get that lasagna very cold in the fridge with your takes on the world of sports. And until the next one, peace out.